Good day, everybody. Let me just do that so you can hear the game too. Maybe. Okay. One second. One issue with the trackball mouse. Sometimes you gotta clean it out. There we go. Now, if you look at the stream title, you see our goal today is to find spiral plank clippings so that I can make synthetic fibers. Because I have a bunch of rubies. And yes, the bioreactor is going to move.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay.
Warning, emergency power only. Power restored. All primary systems online.
Cool. So, triplets. Yep, anything. Hey, a bunch of the eggs just hatched, like all at once. That happens. side. Nice flow in the central thing. Down. Some nice room. It's a nice little base. Keeps everyone nice. Anyway. Last time I did some should we say research, just the end of stream to figure out where exactly I can find vent gardens and spiral things. And in short, the easiest way to get them for me is to travel down to Margaret Midas base, and through there I should be able to get down to where the actual vent gardens are in the really pretty purpley biome. The only thing, I don't know if my Seamoth can actually get down, or sea truck can get down that deep right now. No. And well, yes, I could probably. Well, yes, I could technically get the depth upgrade Mark II and Mark III. Actually, I have all this. I don't have kyanite. And where is the modification station? Well, yes, I could technically make a modification station to upgrade the depth module Mark II. It's a lot of work for something that is honestly not really that high of a concern. And regardless, I need the synthetic fibers for the Mark II upgrade anyway, so I'd still have to come down this way. And it's just finding another diamond, which again, are this way. Feck off, buddy. At least this time I might have an easier time getting down there, because, you know, 300 meters. Discovered was to find the little thing here and then go down. And then, yes, there's that. And the sea monkey nests, those are all nice. The real thing we're going to follow is going to be, if I can find them, the light sticks. A light stick.
Warning, maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
So we gotta park it here. A little bit above Margaret's base. Still, you know, achievable to get to. And hopefully with a rebreather I should have very little, if even any, issue getting actually to it. So, if we come down here, we can see purple crystals that I can't scan. No, it's a Rock puncher. Yay, rock punchers. I can scan these things. Species features multiple circular nodes. Luminescent, white dots, mildly sticky. Huh. Hmm.
My instincts are never wrong. Stefanos has always been overly cautious. He hates taking risks, which I suppose is understandable when you're in the back end of the galaxy. But no risk, no reward.
Hey,
Elliot finds evidence of alien architecture on a completely uncharted planet, and he expects me to ignore that? Orion's belt, I would be an absolute fool. We've done some scans, and while there aren't a lot of mineral resources on this planet, there is decent biodiversity. Teams go out in the morning. There should be a significant specimen and sample haul for biopatenting, which will be split among the crew as part of the Discovery Clause. Let's see Stefanos and everyone else complain when they have a few more Sol Transgov credits in their uniform pockets. They'll learn to trust my instincts at some point.
Okay. This place is cool, but I think it's time we go back up. Considering we're like 45 seconds of oxygen. Which, yeah, it shows seconds.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I hear you. I'm gonna make it in time. Don't worry. And we're in Midas Base. Which, whilst nice, I've scanned everything that there is to scan in this part of it, and I can't find anything else to scan unless I'm able to get past this guy, who looks like he wants to eat me if I try to go past him. Well, no, he looks like he wants to eat me always. Just, you know, he won't as long as I stay on this side of the doorway. For now. Oxygen plant. So, see, it's these that I'm thinking Event Garden wants. Obviously, there isn't going to be one this close to Midas Base, but the biome with them is connected to Midas Base. It's probably about the only way I'm getting down to them. Hey, look. Yay, gold. Always need gold. Not titanium, though. Well, sometimes titanium. Power transmitters. Thermal plants. There's a lot of thermal stuff out in this direction. And rubies.
Rising temperatures detected in mineral-rich fissure below.
Aha! So this would be the biome most likely to have a vent guard. And a diamond.
There I was, 500 meters below sea level. Chunks of the sea base sank around me. One hand gripped the monster's scales. The other was clamped around the shard of metal I'd lodged into her eye socket. The Reaper. Wounded, maybe, but still deadly. I'd already taken out one eye. I damn near carved out the other. We were headed for the void at the crater's edge. Blinded, she was spiraling deeper. I had a choice. Hold on, or let go. I clung for dear life as she took us deeper. I had 1 minute of air in the tank. Back then, I could go another 3 with what I had in my lungs. So I had 4 minutes to kill the Reaper, minus a few to get back to the surface. It ain't that I like killing folk. It's just sometimes what you need is on the inside of someone else's ribcage. I killed that beautiful, terrifying creature, and I made for the surface. When I caught my breath, I realized we'd come further than I thought.
Oopsies. I got a bit tricked out. That's on me. Okay, whatever. Probably yeah, back in the sea trap. It's always weird when you do that. Yeah. Okay. Down. So, good news at least, I know the direction to go from minus base. Bad news, I might full well have to bring a full industrial operation down here and set up my own sea base.
There I was, 500 meters below sea level.
On the right
Chunks
side,
of
though.
the sea base sank around me. One hand gripped the monster's scales. The other was clamped around the shard of metal I'd lodged into her eye socket. A Reaper. Wounded, maybe, but still deadly. I'd already taken out one eye. I damn near carved out the other. We were headed for the void at the crater's edge. Blinded, she was spiraling deeper. I had a choice. Hold on, or let go. I clung for dear life as she took us deeper. I had 1 minute of air in the tank. Back then, I could go another 3 with what I had in my lungs. So I had 4 minutes to kill the Reaper, minus a few to get back to the surface. It ain't that I like killing folk. It's just sometimes what you need is on the inside of someone else's ribcage. I killed that beautiful, terrifying creature, and I made for the surface. When I caught my breath, I realized we'd come further than I thought. I was surrounded by watery void, just me and ocean. Nothing else.
Dragon. Did I find a new fishy? I found a new fishy friend.
New creature discovered.
That means I need to go on bottom feeder, try optical vision, mouth parts, underside. Oh, yep. Oh, so it eats insects. Hiding. Huh. Cool. Prey creatures, not at least 3 of them. Each eye angled slightly outwards, 240 degrees. Cool. Yeah, and we know from papers that eyeballs are juicy. And from the looks of it, here is minus power supply. Yeah. Useful. We can definitely come in, set up our own little base.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
But I don't think it's all that long-term good for us. Considering there's no vent gardens, which means there's no spiral plank things, which means there's nothing we need there.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Anyway.
Oxygen.
I know. Made it. Okay. So, we want to, we're gonna have to set up a base down here. What's that gonna take? Well, let's head back home and go figure it out, shall we? If I can ever remember the way out of this place. There we go. It's a gel sack. I honestly don't know if I need gel sacks. I just instinctively grabbing them in the green machine. The name does not quite fit, and I not quite care enough to change it. Yeah. Okay. So, heading up. I know what we can do. We can go over to where it says pilot last known position. Because we have our little base down here that I set up last time. Remember the scanning base, the mining scanning base? I like setting these little bases up. They're quite handy.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Shrub nuts. And Chinese potatoes. Well, the really filling. They're good because they're filling. Okay, camera. When that syncs up, it'll take a minute because it's a fair bit away, and it's got to load that terrain. All right, the Mercury 2. We're doing that. That's probably smart too. Go over there. Another thing that could probably be smart is to see if I can make. No, fuck. Look. I don't even care about the aquarium module, you know, it's kind of one of my favorites. The useless solar. That looks like it's not working because it's not connected to power, not because it's. I'm like, where the fuck did you put the CMOS? Okay. Oh. Hi, little CMOS dude. Thanks. Thank you for the diamond. Okay, where's the camp? Gonna go to the Mercury 2 because I feel like if I go from the Mercury 2, because I got the laser cutter now. Yep. I'm fairly confident I can take the laser cutter to the Mercury 2, cut my way in places I couldn't get to before, and that's the juvenile versions of me. Fuck off, man. I'm wanting to park somewhere where my sea truck isn't going to get melted. And I think here's a decent enough place. cutting open doors and cutting open doors. So, what are we looking for? We're looking for parallel processing unit fragments. Why do we need those? So that we can make a parallel processing. Why do we need that? So that we can make a test override unit. Why do we need? Yes. So. Right, we need to make a test override module. For that, we need to make a parallel processing unit. To make a parallel processing unit, we essentially need to find the fragments, then let's make it.
I can only do repairs in spurts. That's so inefficient. The larger tools seem to set off seismic activity nearby.
Now I just need to build the test override module. Then I can disable that satellite tower.
Like Robin said.
I can only do repairs in spurts. That's so inefficient. The larger tools seem to set off seismic activity nearby. A crew came back telling stories of gigantic worms burrowing in the ice. I don't know what they were going on about. They were hypothermic and frostbitten because they walked back to avoid angering them. The ice shelf is probably a bit unstable and they got disoriented or something. To borrow from Diana, Orion's belt thermal couplings are not meant to be worked on in 20-minute spurts. If we break the process, we'll break the ship. But it's nice to hang out with Yasmin while we wait for the rumbles to stop. I hope she doesn't mind all my questions. I love hearing her voice. Her face lights up, and she's got the most expressive eyebrows. They're practically acrobats. The way she looks when talking about nuclear engineering is the same way I look at my grandmother's domades. The woman never sits down, though. She told me that she used to do decathlon in college, and I can believe it. She's like a bouncy ball, just all over the place. She makes rounds on the ship every day to see if people need help. I should do something nice for her. She's always helping everyone else. I wish I had a fraction of her energy.
Can't go through either of those doors. Right now I'm just looking to see if I really did grab everything or if I maybe missed something. Sit in the sea truck for a minute, get more air. Lovely. Notice that may have just been me bumping the camera. So yeah, this one has less stuff in it overall. But it does have more process break. Well, this one, the rear section has less stuff overall, but it's shallower, which does make it a lot easier to explore it. Even though I know it's in it, so it's just titanium, I still see it as worth it. Okay. So that's as much as we can find back section. So let's just draw a line and see if we can't find the front section again. Should be roughly in this direction. Please leave me alone. Hate dealing with those fucking things. I'm gonna fucking zap you, that motherfucker. Oh, here we go. Ooh, is it you? You motherfucker? Those are the bridge windows. Anyway, right now I'm looking for the entry point. Wherever the heck it is. There we go. This is going to be a much easier time exploring now that I have this. So, what are we here for? Sealed containers and any doors we couldn't open before. Most of the sealed containers have reactor rods in them. Which again, I don't mind, I don't care. Because by having reactor rods, even if I don't necessarily have a use for them right this instant, I can at some point set up a base with nuclear power. Again, I have no idea where I would need or want a base with nuclear power right now. I just like that I have the option of setting one up if I so choose. Aha, here we go. Door that needs opening. I can cut it open. And how's everyone doing in chat today?
I'm alive. Stefanos saved me. The Mercury attempted an emergency takeoff and everything seemed fine. I was helping the bridge crew with the emergency takeoff since the crew is, well, was short-handed because of everything. I heard the sound of metal tearing and for a split second, everything was tinged bright green and unbearably hot. Then I saw daylight and I was looking down at the ocean and ice. The strongest wind I've ever felt roared in my ears, ripping through the ship. People went flying out the side of the Mercury, so much screaming and chaos. I was lucky. I had just clipped into my sea tinker. Stefanos came out of nowhere, like a malaika, an angel. I felt his rough, calloused hand grasp mine with the gentlest of urgency. It felt like time slowed, he said. I gotcha. Just follow me, Ella. I don't know how, but he used an emergency tether to drag me to the nuclear reactor core, the strongest bulkhead in the ship. We hit the water and everything went black. He's sleeping. I think he might have hit his head. I'm exhausted. The adrenaline has long since worn off and my body aches. I think I might have fractured.
Well, at least now we know a bit more what happened to Mercury. Yeah, I know. I suck at managing that. So they crashed. Then they got fixed up. They crashed somewhere in Sector 2. They got their ship fixed up just enough to perform an emergency takeoff. And then whatever it was that shot at them beforehand sort of resulted in them being crash landed.
I'm alive. Stefanos saved me. The Mercury attempted an emergency takeoff and
It looks like it
everything seemed fine. I was helping the bridge crew with the
Took them
emergency
down
takeoff
again?
since the crew is, well, was short-handed because of everything. I heard the sound of metal tearing and for a split second, everything was tinged bright green and unbearably hot. Then I saw daylight and I was looking down at the ocean and ice. The strongest wind I've ever felt roared in my ears, ripping through the ship. People went flying out the side of the Mercury, so much screaming and chaos. I was lucky. I had just clipped into my sea tinker. Stefanos came out of nowhere, like a malaika, an angel. I felt his rough, calloused hand grasp mine, gentlest of urgency. It felt like time slowed, he said. I gotcha. Just follow me, Ella. I don't know how, but he used an emergency tether to drag me to the nuclear reactor core, the strongest bulkhead in the ship. We hit the water and everything went black. He's sleeping. I think he might have hit his head. I'm exhausted. The adrenaline has long since worn off and my body aches. I think I might have fractured the rib. I'm gonna shut my eyes for a bit. When I wake up, I'll figure this out. I'll save us.
don't do it, guys. So clearly, whatever tore the ship in half now, if you played the first game, you know what the bright flash of light is. And I'm just going to assume that anyone watching either does not care about me spoiling the story of the first game, or has already played or knows the story of the first game. So I'm just going to put a nice firm warning from here on. There will be spoilers for the story of Subnautica 1. If you've not played it and intend to play it, or, watch a story recap of it, do so now. You can come back, watch the VOD. I don't care. You can go read a recap right now. I'll still be here when you get back. So, basically, the way what happened in the first game is the Aurora got shot down by a big space gun as it was coming over the planet, because it was coming over the planet to basically do a sensor sweep and possible recovery mission for the Degassi, which had crashed a few months. Well, yeah, a few months before the Aurora came back. Now, what the Aurora mission didn't know is that the Degassi
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Now, the Aurora crew didn't really know this, mostly because the Degassi had done a long-range scan and
Warning.
survey.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
And it then sent a report back saying they were going to investigate this planet with all this stuff.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. This is every xenolinguist's dream. I mean, I was helping with the planetary scans, and there are possible unknown structures on the surface. This could set my career up for life. The images are a little degraded coming through the atmosphere, but it looks like intentional and complex architecture, which means civilization, and civilization means language. Oh, man. And now, most of the crew wants to get home. I understand that, but this could be a defining discovery. I'm definitely going to put a bug in Diana's ear about going to the surface so I can take a team to explore. I desperately hope this pans out. Oh, I can't wait till we get into communication range with Sol again. Layla and the kids would love to hear this. I mean, it's rough being away from them so long, but this might just make it worth it. I'll be able to give them so much more.
And by the sounds of it, they got a lot more than they bargained for when they came down to the surface. So it seems like Elliot more or less doomed the entire crew to satisfy his own curiosity. What did I... Which... Okay. Here's what I have to say. True, Elliot had no way of really knowing about the quarantine enforcement platform. Oh yeah, so the ancient aliens, like Alan in our head, built the quarantine enforcement platform in order to essentially enforce their quarantine of 4546B and protect, in order to keep the Kara bacterium isolated and prevent it from spreading. It worked, to be fair. It, you know, through its existence, the quarantine enforcement platform did directly prevent Kara from spreading to other planets and star systems. For, you know, a time at least. Well, they researched a way to cure it. Now we know that Sea Emperor Leviathans are more or less cure for Kara. It's a bit more complicated than that, but here's the Cliff Notes basic summary version. Sea Emperor Leviathans produce an enzyme in their bodies that counteracts the Kara bacterium. The ancients were researching this, however, the ancients had no way of directly communicating with the one remaining Sea Emperor Leviathan they had, so they had no way of knowing how to get her eggs to hatch, which would have, you know, allowed them to have a much greater source of the enzyme, enough that they could spread it throughout the entire planet and, you know, have a production base of it for neutralizing the Kara bacterium pretty much universally. So the Aurora was shot. When the Aurora came to follow the Degassi to be like, okay, what happened? Because the Degassi came because they did surface scans and were like, holy shit, this is rich. Yeah, they picked up some high density stuff on it, and they're like, this planet could be a veritable gold mine and is worth investing. You know, the delays in our trip to investigate. So they came to the planet, they went, they explored. It didn't go so well for them. Well, it went alright for Margaret, but I feel like Margaret would, you know, probably be okay if you dropped her in just about any environment where there was something to kill. And somebody, or there was something to kill and someone to see it from. Because she's resourceful. Now, in the first game, after you cure Kara, after you essentially finish the work of the ancients
Welcome aboard,
and
Captain.
cure the Kara bacterium, you then, and as part of your whole objective of escape this hellhole of a planet that you found yourself on, you have to deactivate the quarantine enforcement platform so that you can go and build an experimental-ish sort of basically you have to go build a thing that lets you do a thing. Gold, silver, table core. See, I have all the stuff for it. See, I could make a booster tank. But that means I can start setting up bulk storage.
Calorie intake recommended. Vital signs stabilizing.
So I can unpin that one. Cool. Okay. So I need... What I need is modules for fabrication. What I'm going with instead is back to mining bay. This way. Going back to the mining base so that I can go mining stuff. Yeah, basically I'm going this way so that I can go and collect up all the resources that are on my mind, that are sitting in that locker so that I can bring them back to base, so that I can make use of them at base. So that, you know, I can build shit. Like the upgrade station so I can get the better depth modules, or so that I can maybe find a vent guard. I can't do that without synthetic fibers. Or prawn suit. I could always go looking for prawn suit fragments. Practically speaking, I happen to know where some are. If we look at this, and I just collapse half of the excess of stuff I have out, you know, I just want maps. The Alterra Facilities map. Likely, if anywhere has it, it's probably going to be Delta Station, right? No, that's Delta Station. Like, anywhere that has it, it would be either Copa Mining Site or Phi Robotics Center. We already know, you know, that. We already have an idea where the dock for it is. The only thing is, it's, you know, I did have to go there. And then have to go there and struggle with. So basically, I need to get a bunch of the hot peppers and make the salads to do the hot stuff with the hot peppers. It becomes a whole big thing that I don't feel like doing at this moment. Especially seeing as, you know, if I just follow along with the story, well, can't do it in this moment actually. I have to follow along with the story until I get to the point where I can get to Margaret's greenhouse. Then I might be able to get a prawn suit. Well, then I'd be able to get, you know, hey, finally jumping in.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And I'm also going to bring a Chinese potato back to base. Cruising up. Ah. How goes the procreate lessons? Spinnerfish. Keep spinning, little spinnerfish. Ah! Fuck you. Too. Food is important. Yay, reclaimed water. Yeah, I found in the Mercury 2 a synthetic fiber, so I was able to make a water filtration suit. So now I basically have no need to ever worry about running out of water. Lithium. I don't need lithium. I have a bunch of it. I need lead. See if I can figure out where to find the storage modules. Then I'd probably be building more ships. Because I could do some pretty fun stuff with some storage modules. Okay, I say that. Really what I mean is I could probably move my base if I so desired somewhere else. I don't know why I would. I have no real reason to, aside from it's inconvenient to go all the way over here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. You can go in there. Right. Biodiversity lab. Can have a Chinese potato. If anyone's wondering, this is basically me saying I need biodiversity happening at this thing. Ooh, what do I have the most of? Lithium. Or copper? It's tough to say. Yeah. Glass. And an aquarium. I know what you're thinking. You have the big fish tank. Why are you building an aquarium? And the answer is quite simple, but also complex. Aquarium is really good for holding fish. How fun. I have 3 discus fish. Cool. One of them is getting cooked. Look at that biodiversity. Well, I have Arctic peepers in there. Being Arctic peepers. Ah, yes. Cooked discus fish. It's gonna be lithium in the next one. Lithium. I still need to find lead. Hey, bladderfish, you can honestly live in peace. Live and let live for now. I'm on a search. Looking for just a little bit of there, just a little bit of there. You'd have a pet sea monk? It's doable. Find an egg. Silver. But honestly, yes, in here would be a great source for thermal power, but honestly, that would only make sense if I had no other source of power available to me, and I desperately needed power. Look, sea monkey egg. I have no reason to do anything with sea monkey eggs. They're fun, but they're not like stalkers where they'll just become your friends.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Hi, penguins. Aren't they just weird? So, anyway, still on the hunt for lead. Still have not found any lead. Don't need sea truck fragments. Do need, holy crap, that's a lot of table cloth. Go down by this thing, okay. If I go back to base, I can go pick up my knife, which I keep managing to not take with me when I leave. I never said I was the brightest. I mean, there's just that whole entire thing being a problem. What else might be able to benefit from it? Quartz? Rubies? No, I tend to go through quartz pretty quick. You know what? We'll just call it good for now. Do you remember in the original game when two large rooms like this connected felt like just a massive base? But then they added large rooms with below zero, and it's like, well, there goes any feeling of having a big base. Of interconnected rooms. I mean, to be fair, you could get a fair amount of base if you did a, you know, glass. You could get a fairly big feeling base if you did like 4 large rooms, 4 glass corridors, you know? Large room, large room corridor, large room corridor, large room corridor, large room corridor. Can you maybe make, and you put a window on each of the insides, throw down a foundation, so you put grow beds in the middle, you maybe put a T corridor on one of them, leading off to like a scanning room, or a moon pool, depending on how you configured your base. You'd either put a hatch or a window. You could make it. Now I'm giving myself ideas for how to make a base. I didn't even think to check on the fuel. Okay, we actually do. We're doing pretty decent on fuel. Before you go saying save the crash fish, Dems motherfuckers blow up in your face, and I am not even gonna entertain the chance of that happening. Ruby. Why did we even come back to base? We came back to base for a knife. That's how my day's going. I came back to base for a knife and I'm walking away with a captain. Isn't that how it always goes? You know, it always goes the same way. I think that's enough table coral samples for a while. So now I can keep going deeper in search of lead. Ooh. Lead! Okay, there's still 1 lead I need. Yeah, I don't want more. Express elevator to the surface. Cruising on the main street. I should probably not hum along to copyrighted music when I'm on stream, eh?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
That'd be a weird thing to be like, why'd your stream get shut down? Okay, so I need gold. I need copper wire. I'm also gonna need a gold. silver to make that. Gonna need diamond. And a hunk of titanium. And a build tool. Modification station. I can do the tucker. That's what I'll do. I'll tucker right in the corner. Polyethylene where? Oh. Do I want to do a thermal blade? I could do a thermal blade. God knows I have enough batteries to do a thermal blade. Yeah, I'll do a thermal blade. I don't normally do a thermal blade. I just haven't have enough batteries right now. Let's see. Do I actually have the... I do. I need to get the uncontinent anemones. Okay. Doable. Oh, yeah, right. I suppose I can go and realistically I'm not going to be able to do that until I get the other thing that I'm looking for. So I'm just going to unpin it for now and unpin that. And I built that, so I don't need that anymore. So, now, craft it. One of you. One of you. I just need to find a piece of lead. I also got to take a quick break, so I'm going to do that. And I'm back. What was it doing? Right, lead. God. So every time I go by the thing, it's like, do you need water? Sometimes. Oh. Oops. Okay. And do the thing. All of you get to go. Okay, before I bother, I'm gonna go see if I can plant planter in here. Use the planter. I cannot. So I can grow these. I mean, at this point, it's more for ambience that I'd be growing them, but I could grow them. I don't need a Spy Penguin remote because I have a Spy Penguin remote. Okay, what am I doing? Grabbing a shovel. Scrub nut before I go. Brine Wing for defense. Nope, I don't need to do a bioreactor. I can put better. Ooh, that's technically a pretty good. Well, technically. That actually would be a pretty good use for all the lithium if I basically just turned that bottom, the currently just holds the bioreactor, into basically fortification. Is it bad that part of me wishes I could move this thing?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Going over here for 2 reasons. One, yeah, I actually am pretty sure if I look, I could probably make a new scanning room. Do I want to just make a scanning room? Yeah, I'll just make another scanning room up here. Where to put it? Where would I put a scanning room on this base? can't put it there, even though I could probably space-wise put it there. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's see. I could not. We put it off the moon pool. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it off the moon pool. And my build tool. Sorry, that was right. I'm not saying can't. I'm saying I gotta move it over one. So, we're going to scan for galena outcrops, and then we're going to find them with the camera. Okay, actually, we're going to plug the camera in. Well, the scanner does its thing, and I see what upgrades I can take. Magnetite. Yeah, pretty much I could just make speed upgrades. Right there. Really? New thing to scan. What does it say? Common plant adaptable to many different environments. The report is a stiff part of the diet of many smaller herbivores. Cool. That was terrifying. Well, let's sync up with the camera. Even though it takes a minute. Up there, crop there. Yeah, whatever. I got the one letter I need. Whoop, whoop. Somebody. So, how's everyone's night going? Anyone watching me? Any feedback you have is welcome and appreciated. Fast! Oops. Into the sea truck. We're going to Delta Station. Now that we got our test override button. I guess I still have that pinned there to remind me to get the spiral plant clippings. You can't see me pointing at the screen now. Yeah, no, this is my hand. My screen's right here, obviously. Yeah, still looking for those. I know where to look for them. Somewhere down there. But I don't know how to get to the biome where they are. I will. There we go. There. Made mistake. Made. It's defensive. Oh boy. I love how a lot of the weapons that they maybe originally planned on putting in got actually taken out of the original game. Because politics. Anyway. Time to remember our map of Delta Island. It doesn't exist. Thermal Lily. Why, like... Okay, technically speaking, the glow sticks only cost a copper and 2 quartz if you're cultivating your own, whatchamacallits. But, like, it's still annoying. Because you have to go, gather the stuff, make all the batteries, make all the glass, then make all the lamp sticks. And are they really all that useful as a temporary light source compared to flares? They're not. Flares make a much better temporary light source. That doesn't mean you shouldn't consider making. New employee training, all training completed, tower test mode. Fully functional simulated version line mode. While in test mode, all communications from the tower, including stress signals, secure alerts, and fire transmissions, will be disabled. Initiate test mode and switch the test override module and die. Now support is depicted in the diagram. To the left. Yep. So basically, box right, plug it in.
Great. Now back to the terminal.
Then we run back around, down the ladder. Enter test.
Do it. Please work. Yes. Satellite is down.
I am impressed. That was most resourceful.
Thanks, Alan.
All right, Altera. You win this round. Come find me at my greenhouse. I'm about a kilometer east of your position up on an iceberg. I have a present for you.
I'll come by if I have time.
Sure, whatever. If you have time for me in your busy social calendar.
Tower maintenance log. Okay, this time the birds have really done it. I don't know what they've been eating, but it's corrosive when it comes out the other end. I'm gonna need to rewire. I'm short an element to fabricate the right cable. I remember seeing some when I did that dive to the old ship. I'm gonna go out there and see if I can get some more. That should fix it. Maintenance status? In progress.
Well, that is quite helpful. Should probably go harvest some fruit mine to make some stuff. Bandages. There's the green machine. Cool. So if we just set a bearing about east, and we just head out, we should eventually run into Margaret's base. Well, her greenhouse. Her greenhouse is nice. Leave me the fuck alone. I have a zapper thing and I am not afraid to use it. And I have the power to use it. We're about half a click east of Delta Base. So now comes some fun maneuvering through icebergs to half a click into a full click. reference. In here. Somewheres. There. Approximately.
Mulan and nearby iceberg detected. A hollow chamber typically formed by glacial melt. Oh, fun. Alright, I don't have any food for you. I have coffee.
It is both reassuring and unsettling to rediscover this site after the alien storage.
New technology acquired.
For so long, my connection to the network grows stronger, however slightly. I hope you will continue to search for more of these.
Hypothermia imminent.
Love whales over here too. Per reference, everyone's about as far as I managed to get. Before I started streaming this game. Well, before I got my computer. Then I was playing on my Switch. And, well, it took me multiple months of searching to even get close to finding the damn thing. So what I'm actually going to do is go over to a browser real quick. You can't see it because I'm going over to it. Right, it's here. Just like that. Below zero map. Okay. I want... So, I'm looking for Margaret's greenhouse. Okay, so I want to go approximately southeast. Approximately in this direction. Wait, this direction. But if not, at the very least, we can come up here and... There it is. That's what I'm looking for.
Dangerous weather approaching. Seek shelter. Come on, I know there's a path out somewhere. Right. Margaret, follow the light sticks. Nice thing about the fever peppers, they replenish heat. Quite effectively, too. I love ore veins. It's full of so many goodies. Anyway, Margaret's greenhouse. So much to scan. There isn't actually really anything to scan around it, per se. Unless you want to scan the frost vase. Realize they are, you know, capable of being a plant that can do stuff.
Damn satellite hasn't passed by in a while. I guess that was your doing.
And it's Margaret.
Sam's not the only one in the family who knew what to do with vague directions in Old Wire.
She was an original, that sister of yours. First time I met her, I was sure she was Alterra through and through. Not a crease in her uniform. Sending those damn bird bots to spy everywhere. Then, she surprised me. Maybe a little too much.
Meaning?
If you really want to know, there's a PDA on the bench that can point you in the right direction. If you need anything else, don't bother me. But you can help yourself to the greenhouse. Least I can do to repay you for getting those spine pests off my back.
Oh, the greenhouse is a pretty greenhouse indeed. have I never scanned these? Chinese potatoes. They're not a thing that natively is found on 4546B. They're a thing that was brought in. Marble melons. Time to scan a marble melon. Very high water content. They generally don't have the best in terms of food. Indoor grow beds. Love these.
I've already synthesized an antidote and stashed it in a cave. I can go grab it and...
That's your plan?
You don't think it'll work?
You're thinking too small. Like maybe if you're polite enough about destroying the... You can look all you want. There's more to Marguerite than any damn...
Previous... Yep. So previously she was thought to be dead. Last known contact recording found another sector 4546B. This is in the first game, but claims she killed a Reaper Leviathan. Personality markings: highly distrustful of authority figures, especially those tied to corporate entities, strong-willed, and seems cold upon contact. Not much known about her. She was born and raised in the Mongolian states, a backwater corporate colony exploited for its mineral resources. She left home at 16 and went from one merc job to another. Eventually, she did tours with the Mongolian Defense Force and Trans-System Federation. She held an esteemed career before being dishonorably discharged from the TSF for going off mission. Details are unclear. Resources have unearthed some scant details. Had been intel and reconnaissance mission. We aren't clear what she stumbled upon, but she silently eliminated the entire local security apparatus over the course of 3 days. None of the local families would give more information. They only said they thanked God's hand for saving them. Her last mission was aboard the Tagasi as a private security against potential pirates and scavengers, which crashed on 4546B.
I've already synthesized an antidote.
Fangled gadget can see.
Preston's plant. You can do some fun stuff.
I've already synthesized an antidote and stashed it in a cave. I can go grab it and...
That's your plan?
You don't think it'll work?
You're thinking too small. Like maybe if you're polite enough about destroying the bacteria, Altera will come around and see it your way. But do you believe in yourself or not?
I think so.
You think so? Come on. Is the bacteria a threat, or isn't it?
It is.
Does it need to be dealt with or not?
It does.
So who's right on this?
I am.
Say it like you mean it.
I am.
I said like you mean it, not like you're testifying before a rigged transgov court.
I am.
Great. Then what you gotta do is seal off the whole cave. I've got just the stuff. Made it for fishing, but it blew the whole ice shelf halfway to deep space. Vaporized all the fish.
Okay.
And you gotta hit the lab too, or there's just no point. Actually, you know what? Let me take care of that one. It'll be fun. All right, Marge, old girl. We hate this greenhouse. So here are some pointers to remember so we never have to do the worst parts again. Too bad you can't fight malnutrition by hunting it down and killing it. So, first thing, insulation. First few nights the soil was rock solid. Ended up having to insulate the damn place with dehydrated kelp. Adding a thermal mass helped too. Heat from barrels of water. Probably should have just eaten the damned kelp. But nope, my body was craving a salad. Wish I was just made of exosuit. Next, grow lights were a must-have. Gotta admit, I felt pretty proud of my first full crop of lettuce. Fed half of it to Preston. That snowstalker will eat practically anything. Always spits half of it out, though. Another thing we have in common. The slobbery green mess makes good compost.
Yes. Interior grow bed. love having interior grow beds. They're the most useful thing you will ever find in any Subnautica game. Mostly because from the moment you find them, you no longer have to struggle with available grow space or anything else. Either way, now that we have, I'm fairly certain, unless we have a marble melon, small marble melon, Preston's Delight, frost vase, fevered pepper, potato. Which we don't need the Chinese potato. So actually the greenhouse, if I'm getting my measurements correctly, is a custom sized large room. So in instead of it being just a large room, I think it's a custom-sized one. Speaking of large rooms, I'm probably going to put another one at the base. Just stack it on top, I think. I think there's enough space underwater. Yeah, Margaret is pretty savage. A lot of people like her. Also, what's up with that cave? To me, it sounds like perhaps maybe Sam found something she wasn't supposed to. I'm not gonna zap you guys. You're nice. Don't worry, Glow Whale. Just because I'm not afraid to use my zapper doesn't mean I'm gonna indiscriminately use my zapper. These motherfuckers, though. They get zapped regardless. There we go. Now, something that I want to point out when we get back to base. If I ever find enough module fragments to make one of the modules. Modules are very nice because they are basically, aside from the fact that they don't have their own power, which I think is all kinds of odd. Like, it would not be hard to set up like a module that has basically just power cell mounts. Does it charge them? No, not necessarily. Have to go and pull them out and plug them into the base to recharge them. But you know, it docks like, for sake of argument, it has like 4. You know. Plus the 2 in the actual sea truck itself gives you a total of 6 when the module's docked with it. And well, yeah, sea truck, you know, and well, yeah, sure, the sea truck is gonna charge from those. So, you know, here's a module. It plugs into the sea truck and it charges the sea truck when it's plugged into the sea truck, and it also powers any attached modules. That'd be nice. You know? That'd be a really nice module to have. And sure, okay, I have to manually pull out the power cells and plug them into my base to recharge them. Whatever. I already lug extra power cells with me anyway because sea trucks eat through power cells like nobody's business. And honestly, there's not much reason to put them in a moon pool unless you need to recolor them. No, there's not going to be space below, above, but there might be below. Well, anyway.
Welcome
Base.
aboard, Captain.
I'm home. Gonna put an interior grow bed right here, just that I can more or less just chuck everything in for now. Now, plasteel. What's required for plasteel again? Titanium and get 2 lithium. So I need titanium ingot 1, titanium ingot 2, plasteel ingot 1, plasteel ingot 2, it would be below the water. Yeah. I need to go on a hunt for most basic resources. Because I need more titanium. Ah, well, it happens. And it's a great time to stockpile on other resources. Because it doesn't like giving you titanium when you go up to titanium. You know, good old desire sensor at work. And if you don't know what a desire sensor is, then honestly, Google it. It's kind of an interesting thing. It's not really a thing. And I mean, more quartz is probably going to be a thing I'm going to need if I want to make another alien containment. Which I kind of do. You know? Bladderfish, spinefish. All things I'm used to dealing with, but, you know, don't have to right now. I'm in the shallows. I don't need to be in the shallows, do I? No, I don't. Zoom. Regardless, the only reason I even want to is because I can. Oh, that's the wrong way. Okay. Ladder. We want a ladder right there. Yep, right there. Up we go. And now it's going to be a whole bunch of grow beds. Because I have the titanium to make 3 of them, I think. Oh, right. First, I should probably check on my quartz. I think I do have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do indeed have enough. Boom. I'm putting it not as like a waiting trap between floors. I like doing too high because it makes it feel like there's actually space for. That is a lot of beavers. Grow bed 1. Grow bed. Oh, they need more titanium than I thought. Okay. Well. I'm picking up a marble melon then. Yeah, a couple of peepers. Come across down to the bioreactor. And peeper, 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 peeper. If you got a peepers. If you've got the peepers, you might as well peeper with them, right? Okay. Is there nothing I can make use of the... I mean, I'll happily grow, like, stack of them, I think. I apparently already had Chinese potatoes growing. So now we're just waiting for the presence plant, pretty much. The fevered pepper tree, presence plant, frost berries. Marble melons. I think I might do Chinese potatoes over here. I don't know yet. It's kind of a tough one. Preston's plants, and then oh yeah, right, those. Thanks. And then I'm gonna have a couple resort materials. Why am I gonna have a couple resort materials? You can never have too many fever peppermints. Like I probably have too many shrub nut trees growing. I'm only putting up one up here for the sake of biodiversity coverage. No, I'm not. Only eating it for the sake of nothing. Copper has its own locker. Oh boy. I might have to take a quick break to make some tea. Sometimes it's just nice to be in your big aquarium tank. And you stand near the bottom, you look up and you see all the fish, or you stand at the top and you look down and you see all the fish. What is needed for... Yeah, those are expensive. Especially when you consider... Oh. They're only twice the price. They're... Again, large rooms, hell of a lot cheaper than multi-purpose rooms. For what you get. Yes, okay. Technically a large room compared to a multi-purpose room is like twice the price plus the additional cost of the lithium. But considering how much more space you get basically the equivalent of if I had a multi-purpose room there, a multi-purpose room there, and then some. You get much more bang for your buck with them. And yes, at some point I do want to put the roof on it. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
That is lame. Okay, let's go grab our equipment. Well, I don't need you. I will probably need you. I don't need you. I also know you won't fit in there. I also happen to know from personal experience that you don't need. Everyone's like, oh, mobile vehicle bay, I'll need that for making all my vehicles. Yeah, what? You're two? Okay, I'll give you modules. I definitely do need it for modules. But the fact that I can look up the rest of the modules in my PDA means I don't need to spend a whole bunch of time looking them up. Why did I get out again? Right, that's one of the crap. Before we leave, I'm just gonna come over here. Power cells, those ones, those things. A couple extra power cells. A bunch of extra batteries. Hey, sea monkey dude. Now, going to my mining base thing, honestly, it's just likely to happen. Well, okay. I've got a couple of different target destinations right now. I'm going to start with trying to see if I can locate some of the architect artifacts. Because, you know, progressing one of two separate plot lines in this game, they interact sometimes, but generally you have two plot lines that run parallel but completely irrelevant to each other. You have the whole Alan get him out of your head and then escape the planet plot line, or the A plot. Then you have the B plot, which is basically get closure for Sam. Well, Robin. The B plot is basically Robin needs closure for Sam. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Subnautica is one of those games where I have no problem reading ahead from the plot, no problem if people spoil it, because honestly, I wasn't paying too much attention to the plot myself. Sea monkey nest, probably by the looks of it. And I mean, you'd think I'd use a Pathfinder tool, but honestly, it's easier just to let's also turn off the one we're not looking for.
Another site found. Perhaps its data will tell me something useful.
Water analysis. Determine chemical components and properties of water samples. Testing levels of corallibacterium in the water. Spectroscopic analysis. Experimental application of light heater chemical compounds via the cylindrical core at the center of the storage chamber.
I have collected enough data to extrapolate the location of a component necessary to assemble my body. I will provide a signal.
Wow. Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Thank you, sea monkeys. Let's head back to the grain machine and see what happens. Well, it's the first body cache, right?
do humans function with such a fallible and inferior body?
Excuse you? My body is anything but inferior. I work hard for my body to be able to do what it does.
Yes, but its overall form is not ideal. For example, consider its use of primitive ball and socket joints.
Is there anything you don't find primitive? Humans bartered with evolution to get more brain wrinkles and opposable thumbs.
It is true, the opposable thumb is excellent. But all corporeal forms are temporary. The ability to be reborn when a body breaks down is paramount.
My body is my own, and I cherish it. It grows with me. Humans have one life. We plant trees we can never experience the shade of. We build for the next generation.
Noble, but again, truly inefficient.
You are incredibly frustrating, you know that?
I hope to see the forms of my people again.
Okay. So Alan does not quite understand humans. That's the vibe I'm getting. I am glad you enjoy it. Ah. Well, it's still a module fragment. Good.
Significant geothermal activity detected below. Beware of high pressure and temperatures.
Why will be? But if it's what I think it is, it might also be the thing we're looking for. Well, the docking module fragment, that is not going to be very useful for me. That was the most user requested thing. Basically, you can put a prawn suit on the back of your seat just like that. Pressure. I can deal with those. Exploding pustules of pustuliness.
The artifact you found contains traces of information suggesting what has become of my people.
They were scanning something.
New technology acquired.
Based on analysis, it is speculated that this artifact is an archaeological tool for finding and excavating fossil remnants. The main body of the equipment is housed between two glide rails. The excavator emits a sonar pulse that gathers data on the ground beneath it. When it bounces back with a possible fossilized object, it begins the excavation process. A set of lasers emit from the arms and slowly removes microlayers of material. Once the fossil is revealed, the same carefully calibrated lasers are utilized to break loose materials while preserving the fossil underneath. Fossils can be analyzed using carbon dating and other methods to understand what the environmental makeup might have been millions of years ago, which can be compared to current data to look for trends. Cool. Hey, ion cube. Sorry if I just depowered your,
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Let's try to scan all the things. It's probably the docking module. Yep. Actually, I think the map itself. I think they're comparatively about the same size. Spiral plant. Finally it happened. So now I gotta go back up. Taquitos. I'm gonna go back to this. Then spiral plant. That was the big fucking thing chasing. Good to know. Time to go back to base then. We're living underwater. We're living underwater. We're living underwater. We're living underwater. Duct. And the resources are going to get banked up. Namely, it's going to go there. Copper can go there. Lithium goes there. Ion cube goes there. I'm gonna go
precious of precious things ever. Thank you, little sea monkey buddy.
Okay.
Apologies to anyone with sensitivity to bright flashing lights. There's not normally a lot of that in this game. Cooking the beepers, cooking the beepers, cooking the beepers. And grab a bit of salt so we can cure them. Okay. And now that that's done, I can come up here and use... Hey, the recyclotron. Cool. But actually, I'm placing another interior grow bed in this corner. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, time to go and feed the bioreactor that keeps the base running. Good old bioreactors doing what bioreactors do best. And the Mercury too. That was a fun bit of exploration. The new Seatruck X12. Why does it look like it gets all the cool fancy thrusters? Meanwhile, that's what we have. I see now. I want the X12. Looks faster. I mean, sure, I could not actually. When I have the knowledge of how to make them, I could probably make the horsepower, other things upgrades, but I don't. There we go.
Brine Wing. I didn't even realize I picked up his leg for him. But yeah, he freezes random shit. Brine Wing eggs. Because, you know, base security. So now that I think about it. If you hatch something, most things, crash fish being pretty much the only exception, if you manage to get and then hatch them for them and then hatch them from said egg, they generally are friendly towards you. So, you know, you could keep smaller predators away from your base if you had some brine wings, provided you're in more hostile waters.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Let's go back inside. Place down the, well, put in structure. Darkness there. Copper, 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 copper. Quartz and lead. Okay, let's see. Because I have them, let's see what's involved in making a nuclear reactor, shall we? Nuclear reactor. Plasteel. Can do that. Advanced wiring kit. I'm pretty sure I can do those easily. Lead, easy. Oh, hell yeah. Quantum blocker. Just so I remember to actually make some. Okay, let's. Yeah, I should have all the stuff for that. Let's see. I need a gold. I need 2 silver. That. Skip the silver with that. Okay. Again, all that's fairly easy to come across once you know what to look for. So that's not hard. Chuck that in there, grab a couple 3 lead that I need. Of you, 2 of you. With this, the base is going to be nuclear powered. No more flickering lights. Helps if I actually have the tool for, you know, making changes to the base on me.
bioreactor is coming offline. We're entirely on the backup, so, you know, hopefully nobody needs all the power. And reactor is coming online now. Wow. Wait. Reactor is online. And we're gonna see if we can quickly bring ourselves in just a regular trash can. Probably not. Probably we need to get the whatever weird disposal thingy. Yeah. Still though. We can always just house them. In the locker down there for now. Wall locker. Because, you know, I have these quartz. Another piece of tunnel. Mostly so that I can have a stockpile of because, you know, these only last so long before they get depleted. Glass. Reactor rod. So, you know, if anything happens, we've got an emergency fuel rod just ready to go. And less of a need to be all about the whole base power situation. We had a, I don't want to say excess power before, but now, if we need power, we got more than enough power. Like, terrifyingly more than enough power. Like, I might need to change some of the sleeping arrangements. More than enough power. I don't have the titanium to do it. Okay, well that settles that argument then. Okay. Into the green machine. Realistically, I know for the border between like the volcano stuff around Delta Base, basically the fucking thermal zone around Delta Base, and the lily pad islands. Practically speaking, there will probably be a whole bunch of sea truck module fragments that I've just haven't found yet, which should help my titanium shortage that I'm suffering. So, it's a 2-for-1. Yay, those are fun. Sleeper module. What do I need for that? Well, first let's see if we can't figure out where those vehicles are. All fairly doable. Sleeper module. Cool. Realistically quite happy to get one. And drinking the recycled water that I get. Did I find another section of Mercury too? So it would seem I found more Mercury too. Ground Zoo grapple arm. Pretty sure that's one I have, but might not. Well, I do now. Thank you, sea monkeys. I can't believe I didn't scan a sea monkey yet. Sleeper module. It's actually quite nice. Practically speaking, I can't get narrow connect, but the green machine can just go over. Yes. Huzzah. That taken care of, I can come down here.
This artifact could provide useful information. Processing.
Cool.
I can visualize a location where we may find an important component for my body. The image is hazy, but I am sure it is correct. A stark surface landscape, dangerously cold. Carved spires stretch to the sky. How do humans cope with the loss of memories?
Like forgetting someone's birthday? I don't know, it just happens.
When you die, some quantity of knowledge is lost forever to the next generation. Isn't that...
I'm warning you, if you call humanity inefficient one more time, I will swim us both into the mouth of a Leviathan.
Is that sarcasm? I am still having trouble differentiating.
How inefficient?
Efficiency aside, does the loss of knowledge not create complications?
Well, on a personal level, losing someone can be traumatic. But it's harder to process the idea of generational knowledge.
Warning,
Humans
maximum
aren't
depth
networked,
reached.
so
Hull
we
damage
can't even be
imminent.
aware of what we're losing, moment by moment. We try to learn from history. Maybe it's not ideal, but it's what we have.
What happens when you no longer have the memories of others to combine with your own?
You make your own memories and interpretations. You have to experience life as an autonomous being. Discover yourself.
That idea is foreign to me.
So, I'm gonna head back up to. Boy. I'm gonna head back up to the surface. Back to base. Sitting here enjoying the ambient sounds, eh? Subnautica is really any of them. Very pretty game. Very pretty game. Copper. Going copper lock. Crafted things. Crafted things locked. Thank you, security friend. titanium. I seriously need lead. Zoom. Zoom. I'll pick up quartz because I'll probably need quartz for something at some point. Huzzah! Might not be much right now, but it's the only reason that I got that bridge for the sea. Yeah, sea truck. I was gonna say Zemo. Go and grab this. I know it's only 150 meters down, but trust me, I have a good reason. Takes it all and makes it new. Truck can go very deep compared to what it could do before. That means it's much easier for me to go and go mining. Scavenging and looking for stuff down deep below. Past the first crush barrier. Descending deeper though. Descending deeper and deeper into the sea. We're past the second crush barrier now. Fabricator module. Storage module. Okay. Storage module. You know. It's called a sea truck, so clearly, you know, you need to build a container for it. That's a bunch of diamonds. So fucking storage module. Storage module. Well, that's the deep twisted bridges for you. Take a prawn suit. You'll probably want it. Might not be the easiest thing to get back out, so maybe, you know, disposable prawn suit. But trust me, take a prawn suit when you go down there. Otherwise, it's not very fun. Slowly coming home to base. Okay. So I think I might close it off a bit early tonight. For next time, we're gonna work on getting some sea truck modules up and running. All not too difficult. I like the fabricator module. I've never worked with the storage module before. And the sleeper module can be pretty fun to have. So, worked on getting those built to, well, on the next stream, which is going to be on Monday. Next Monday from, well, same thing, starting at 8, going for hopefully 4 hours. But we don't always make it that far. So, I'll see y'all next time.